Well, hello everybody. This is Jeffrey Cranford again with my dear friend Matt MacConnell here in La Quinta, California, and we're kind of giving you a little input on some golf and a little bit on your faith walk. We've been doing this series on just kind of the big foundational stuff for you to play good golf, and also the parallels that will really establish a strong foundation in your own faith walk. So now today we want to talk about target focus. And it's so easy to get so distracted. Number one, you can be completely focused on your backswing. You know how that gets. Or you get out there and maybe you're not thinking about your backswing, but you look out there and maybe you play PGA West stadium course for the first time, and all you see is just what Pete wants you to see. Out of bounds and water and sand traps that you can barely get in and out of, and you just become totally distracted. And you play 18 holes and you realize, I don't even think I ever saw a flag until I maybe got on the green and somebody took it out. So talk to us a little bit about the importance of target focus.
You bet. When you link a target, I think very misunderstood in terms of what you're trying to do. I think at the end of the day, when you're talking about a target, you're trying to do one thing, and that is to quiet your mind enough where you can come up with a singular target. It's so hard when you're playing around a golf to not look at all the distractions or think about the conference call you're going to be on the next morning, or think about picking up a child from school, or thinking about maybe an argument you had with your spouse. It's getting to the point to be able to perform that you can quiet your mind and have one singular thought. So there's a variety of drills you can do with that from a mental coach or a sports performance perspective. Some guys will use counting. Some guys will use even a song. Some guys might use a Bible verse. But at the end of the day, it's finding one thing where you're able to take all the distractions, put them aside, and really have just a quiet mind where you can focus on your goal, which is hitting the ball towards a target.
Right. Didn't Pia Nilsson and some of the Swedish coaching, they had a box that you entered that back there. You could make all kinds of the wind and this and that, but then they step, like Annika and a lot of them, Annika Sorenstam, step into the box, and once you stepped into the box, you were completely riveted on what you do naturally. You just get up and you go through your pre-shot routine. You're totally engaged, totally focused, totally target oriented, not thinking about your golf swing, and you just go. And I think that there's some real similarities in that. It's like when I pray, when I focus, when I get that moment of silence. One of the spiritual disciplines is just silence, prayer, an ability to get away. Jesus talked about when you pray, don't stand out and babble like a bunch of fools who are trying to impress everybody with their prayer. Go into your inner room, get quiet like you're talking about. Slow your mind down, worship me, spend some time, and then focus and get your mind riveted. Paul told the Colossians in his letter to the church of Colossae, chapter 3, he said, set your mind on the things above, and then he said, not on the things that are on the earth. And then he also, in his letter to the Hebrews, he says this, we are fixing our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And so that laser focus on what are we focusing on? Well, we're not focusing on Christianity, church, only, of course we're riveted on those things. Ultimately, our target is to become conformed to the image of Jesus. People ask all the time, well, once you get saved, what do you do then? The whole process is about you becoming conformed to the image of Jesus. Just like the ultimate goal is to get the ball in the hole, the ultimate goal in Christianity is to become like his son, Jesus, our Father, our God. Be conformed to the image of Jesus. So to do that, well, we've got to see him, and to see him takes a quiet mind, and it takes a target focus. So again, really cool, beautiful parallels in both the spiritual realm and golf as well. So we've got another couple of weeks, and we're going to get to these last two things that I think are really going to be impactful. So make sure and stay tuned for next week, and we're excited about finishing up this series over that period of time.